The World Cup is back and Football Weekly is going daily. From the goals and the glory to the politics and the problems, join me, Max Rushton, and our expert panel every day of the tournament. World Cup Daily, listen on Spotify now and watch the full episodes on YouTube.
Choice Hotels get you more of what you value. Here's a little tune to help you remember. Same drive, different day. Don't you wish you were getting away? Pack your bags and come on through. Texas, Ohio, Alaska, we're up there too. Comfort Inn, it's calling your name. Save on the stay. Oh, and free waffles are yours to claim. Well, I hope you like my little song. Book direct at choicehotels.com.
He's at war with woke.
Joe Concha
thinks liberals are a joke.
Joe Concha.
This is the Joe Concha Show, weekday edition, sponsored by the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. Here's Joe Concha.
All right, everybody, on this Friday night, welcome. Here we are. Basically, everybody's off now at this point. That I've learned. You look at New York City, and 6th Avenue and Fox News has this nice camera going up from 48th and 6th. The city's empty. It's over. Everybody's off except for my wonderful producer, Elias, and me. We will work tonight, and obviously I'm back on Sunday, 11 a.m. But overall, this is July 4th week, right? 250. Here we are, June 26th. Oh, by the way, it's my anniversary. Yeah. With the wife, 16 years. They said it wouldn't last. Well, everybody on her side said it wouldn't last. I mean, my gosh. I mean, how did I do? Over my skis. This person, my wife, Jean, Georgetown, Division I athlete, once ranked number 3 in the country in the 800 and the 1200 as far as running, against a guy like me who looks like, I don't know, I'm in my second trimester, so I'm not quite sure how this worked out. But sure enough, yes, we will have a very nice weekend as far as the anniversary is concerned. We got married down in Spring Lake, New Jersey on June 26th of 2010. The Irish Riviera, a great place, the Breakers. Oh, man. I mean, I know there's a Breakers down in Palm Beach. That's a very, very nice hotel. I have stayed there. I've done speeches there. But, boy, if you go to the Breakers in Spring Lake, New Jersey, I'm telling you, it's one of the few nice hotels on the ocean. If you want to stretch from, let's say, I don't know, Ocean Grove, we're talking Belmar, down through Spring Lake, Seagirt, Manasquan, Point Pleasant. There's almost no hotels on the beach, but we got that there. We got married there. It helps when your dad's best friends with the guy who opened the Breakers, Cosmo Scardino, an Italian in Irish country. 1979, took all of his money and borrowed a lot, too, and said, you know what? Probably a hotel on the beach would be a really, really good idea because there's probably a need for that. And now the Breakers almost every weekend is sold out completely because, again, there aren't too many options. And by the way, it's a really, really nice hotel. So, yes, I know they don't pay for airtime on here. Probably will get in trouble for this. But in the end, the Breakers, Spring Lake, New Jersey, one of the best hotels down there. And obviously, I got married there 16 years ago. Somebody got arrested at my wedding. I mean, I'm serious about this. I didn't know about this. We didn't know about this, my wife and me, until about 2 years later, where apparently this guy dating a close friend of ours, I won't say names, obviously. I don't want to embarrass anybody. But she was is a great gal. Jen, I'll call her that, okay? And her husband wanted to leave early for my wedding. How dare you? We had a live band. We had a DJ. Again, it's a hotel on the ocean. This is the one wedding you don't want to leave. And sure enough, this prick did want to leave. So they had a conversation outside. And then the husband slapped my friend. And at the same time, there are police officers on bikes because they have police officers on bike, in addition to actually being in cars, saw this happen at the exact time it did happen. And then this guy ended up being, arrested, put in jail, and then there had to be bail put up. Imagine this. At a wedding, this happened. And we didn't know about it because all my friends are so awesome. They're like, we didn't want to spoil the wedding by telling you that somebody got arrested at your wedding. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened. And then that couple divorced soon after, obviously. So there you go. All right. Enough about me. Let's get to the fun stuff, shall we? Yes. The Democratic Socialist of America. These people are now taking over New York City. But is it popular nationwide? And the question, well, it's not really a question because it's not. Here in cut number 3, CNN going over the polling results from Marquette University. And, well, if you think that what's happening in New York is going to spread nationwide, well, you have another thing coming in cut number 3. Go.
When we talk about democratic socialists,
yeah,
how are they perceived?
I will tell you, there is a reason why Republicans nationwide are licking their chops and why there are at least some Democrats who are a little bit worried, because what is true in New York City in a Democratic primary ain't necessarily true nationwide with the general electorate. I mean, just take a look here. Net favorable rating of Democratic Socialists. If you look at Democrats nationwide, look at this. Democratic Socialists are on the positive side of the ledger at plus 17 points. This includes Democratic-leaning independents. But look at all voters. A completely different world. 27 points underwater Democratic Socialists of America are in the net favorable rating. So what are we talking about? A 44-point difference here in the wrong direction when we come to Democratic Socialists of America.
Ruh-roh. That's not good. I'm telling you, Democrats are dumb enough to believe that what happens in New York will be something that can be spread nationwide. In other words, AOC as the Democrat nominee for president in 2028. Wow, the energy is there. Well, it's there in New York, in Minneapolis, in Washington State, in Washington, D.C., Los Angeles, but nationwide, you want to win states like Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, Nevada, Arizona, North Carolina, Georgia. Whoops, that won't go well. If you can't win those states, at least a majority of them, then, you're not winning any elections. And James Carville knows this. Now, Carville is a maniac, and we played this on the show before as far as his mindset when he said that, Trump is going to be actually resigning by Easter of next year. He says these things because, he wants attention. But once in a while, he makes a pretty good point around the state of the Democratic Party in terms of you got to be in the middle, or at least pretend you're in the middle, like Abigail Spanberger, like Mikey Sherrill in New Jersey. Pretend you're in the middle and then go left. But if you're just going to go hard left without pretending you're in the middle, that's a big problem. And here is Carville. He's not on board with the Democrat Socialists of America in cut number 6. Go.
The idea that we must neglect everything else that's going on, all of these other primaries, all the recruits Jason has, all huge, phenomenal successes we've had, and declare that the party is now under the control of the Democratic Socialists of New York City is insane. But and understand, these people do not like Democrats. Not only are they not Democrats, they wish Democrats poorly.
Precisely. And that's the thing. Democrat socialists aren't here to make the Democrat Party better and work with establishment Democrats like Hakeem Jeffries, like Chuck Schumer, like Nancy Pelosi. They're here to take over the party and destroy these people. And Carville, give him credit, understands that completely and totally. Meanwhile, my friend Dan Bongino, former number 2 at the FBI, now back at Fox News with me. Here he is on socialism and why, well, this thing is not something that will resonate with the average voter in cut number 9. Go.
reason socialism remains popular with a class of generally stupid people, I don't know any other way to say it, is because they just refuse to learn what it is. Socialism is the government control of the means of production. So when you get a dunce cap wearer like Joy Behar goes like, we built a road and there's like an ambulance, so we all love socialism, you should ask a question. Well, does the government control the asphalt business? Does the government control the construction of ambulances? Because if they don't, then that's not socialism. Read a freaking book sometime. It doesn't hurt.
I mean, the guy's great. He really is excellent. And his podcast is phenomenal. So, Dan, a friend, yes, I am biased in this regard, but that's exactly right. And he brought up Joy Behar there. And Behar was on this ABC News show today called The View, talking about how we should all be embarrassed to be Americans because of who the president is. Again, I've shared this stat. I'll do it again. During the Obama years, Republicans, those who vote Republican, in every poll, 90% were still proud to be American, regardless that Obama was in office. Obviously, they didn't like the Obama presidency. They certainly didn't agree with the policies, but they still were proud to be Americans based on the foundation of this country, based on what the founders ended up founding as far as freedom, as far as the Second Amendment, as far as a bunch of things where, again, it doesn't matter who the president is, because as long as we have this republic and a constitution, it doesn't matter who's running the country. Now, meanwhile, here's Joy Behar saying what she says because, again, Trump is president. So, again, we should all be embarrassed about this country. And this is why this show is an absolute joke. And cut number 10, go.
Well, I have to say that I'm embarrassed for this country, the way he's been treating immigrants. Yeah. He's been separating kids from their families. He's been doing, I mean, my family came over here like 100 years ago. The Italians came here. Italian Americans are some of the most patriotic people in the country. And one of the reasons is because they came from poverty in southern Italy and came here and they were like, America, God bless America, And now he treats immigrants the way he treats them. And of course, Larry is embarrassed to be an American. In that way, we should all be.
Oh, okay. Immigrants, she says. Immigrants. Illegal immigrants or just immigrants? Because at last check, Trump is literally married to an immigrant, Melania Trump. So what are we talking about here? Oh, illegal immigrants. Right. She leaves that word out of it. Trump is all for legal immigration all day. We all are. Makes the country better. Right? Get in line and do what you should do as far as entering the country. When you enter illegally, well, that's a problem because that obviously hurts every service that we have here in terms of healthcare, in terms of sanitation, in terms of policing, in terms of everything. It destroys local budgets. But no, Joy Behar, I'm embarrassed to be an American because Trump doesn't treat immigrants well. No, illegal immigrants, and they should be deported. And that's the whole bias of omission that we see over and over again from the left, where they leave the illegal part out of immigration. It's a whole bowl of wrong. Anyway, this is Joe Concha. This is the Joe Concha Show. Back with so much more in just a moment.
Where liberalism is a no-go. The Joe Concha Show, weekday edition. Sponsored by the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. This is the Joe Concha Show, weekday edition, sponsored by the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. Here's Joe Concha.
All right, everybody, on this Friday night, let's go Buffalo. So my daughter is a huge Buffalo Bills fan. I mean, really, really, more than her love of any pop star, whether we're talking about Taylor Swift, Olivia Rodrigo. I mean, she loves the Bills. And when they lost last year to the Denver Broncos in that playoff game, robbed, by the way, that was a catch. Absolutely a catch, not an interception. They would have kicked a field goal, probably went to New England, probably won, probably went to the Super Bowl, and then against the Seahawks, coin toss. But the point is that Kathy Hochul, who is the governor of New York, who is from Buffalo, does not know the Let's Go Buffalo chant, which I do not understand. I mean, as a politician, can somebody pull her aside and be like, this is how this chant goes? Anyway, let's play cut number 11, and then we'll compare it to how the chant goes and why this person has no business being governor of New York when you don't know a simple chant of the one team that is competitive in football. Cut number 11, go.
Let's go, Buffalo. Let's go, Buffalo.
No.
All right, seriously? You want to win a championship season with that kind of enthusiasm? Men and women of labor, you know what I'm talking about. Let's go, Buffalo. Let's go, Buffalo. All right, we got to give this place some good karma, right?
Oh, my hair hurts listening to that. Okay, let's hear how the chant goes. We're going to play the full minute here. The Buffalo Bills shout song in cut number 12. Go. Yes.
Shout, kick your heels up and shout.
Shout.
Hands up and shout.
Shout.
Head back and shout.
Shout.
Now the Bills are making it happen now.
It's true.
Stand up now, come on and shout. Yeah, yeah,
yes.
Yeah. Say you will. Shout it right now, baby.
Say you will.
Come on.
Say you will.
Come on and shout.
Woo.
Yeah. Buffalo's happening now.
Shout. Yes. Shout. Shout. Shout.
Just watch it happen now. Hey.
Hey. Hey.
Let's go, Buffalo.
Let's go, Buffalo. Let's go, Buffalo.
The Bills make me wanna.
All right. Now let's go back and play once again, Elias. Kathy Hochul doing the Let's Go Buffalo chant because it's not even close. Cut number 11 again, go.
Let's go, Buffalo. Let's go, Buffalo.
Ah!
All right, seriously? You want to win a championship season with that
not with that chant.
Men and women of labor, you know what I'm talking about. Let's go, Buffalo. Let's go, Buffalo. All right, we got to give this place some good karma, right?
Oh, that's bad karma. That's very bad karma. Hopefully, Josh Allen and the Bills never, ever hear that chant on their own again. All I know is I'm taking my daughter to Jets versus Bills at MetLife, November 15th, her first Bills game. Hopefully, somehow, through some connections, we can meet Josh Allen before or after the game, and that will be that. But again, one more time, Elias, I'm sorry. Cut 11, please, go.
Let's go, Buffalo. Let's go, Buffalo. All right, seriously? You want to win a championship season with that kind of enthusiasm? Men and women of labor, you know what I'm talking about. Let's go, Buffalo. Let's go, Buffalo. All right, we got to give this place some good karma,
Where's Pataki or Patterson or some sane governor? Can we bring them back, please, to this state? Thank you. Anyway, this is Joe Concha. This is the Joe Concha Show on a wonderful Friday night, heading into, I guess, a lot of you are off. Good job, you. July 4th, that big weekend. You're off for, 9 days, 10 days. Good job, you. Back with so much more in just a moment.
The Joe Concha Show, weekday edition.
Joe Concha.
Sponsored by the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. Here's Joe Concha.
All right, everybody, on this Friday night, John Kerry. He's back in the news. This guy ran for president in 2004, came within one state of winning that election. Ohio, it came down to. Yeah, different world, right? Because Ohio's as deep red as Alabama at this point. But Kerry just lost that state to George W. Bush. Bush ends up serving 2 terms. But, man, when you listen to Kerry now, when we had back-to-back Al Gore, John Kerry, these people were climate alarmists like we have never heard before. And sure enough, here is Kerry, because I guess, CNN loves the whole climate crisis thing, put him on the air with Christiane Amanpour. Yeah, she's a very serious journalist, talking to Kerry about climate change, which, again, this is 2026, right? And Kerry has been talking about this forever. Let's play cut number 1. Then we're going to play, let's see, John Kerry from 2009. That would make that 17 years ago. It's the same script. It's the same sheet of music over and over again. First, cut 1, go.
Well, right now, as I sit here, parts of the earth are sort of blowing up and burning up at the same time.
Oh, no.
And it appears as if the administration is willing to ignore science, ignore facts, the facts on the ground, for the way people are being impacted all around the world.
Oh. Okay. So the earth is burning up, John Kerry says. This is 1 day ago. Let's go back 17 years to 2009, the year before I got married. And again, it's my anniversary. Thank you. Appreciate that. Taking the wife out for a very, very nice dinner over the weekend. She will be appreciative, I would think. Anyway, here's John Kerry in 2009 talking about how the Arctic will be ice-free by 2014. Except that never really happened, did it? Well, anyway, let's play the clip. Cut number 2, go.
You have sea ice, which is melting at a rate that the Arctic Ocean now increasingly is exposed. In 5 years, scientists predict we will have the first ice-free Arctic summer. That exposes more ocean to sunlight. Ocean is dark. It consumes more of the heat from the sunlight, which then accelerates the rate of the melting and warming rather than the ice sheet and the snow that used to reflect it back up into the atmosphere.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see. 5 years from 2009 is 2014. That's 12 years ago. And the Arctic still has ice. As a matter of fact, the Arctic has more ice now than it did in 2009. I can't even get... I don't know. I'm choking on my own rage here. I'm sorry about this. But these people want to spend trillions of dollars to fight something that does not exist. Is the Earth getting warmer a little bit? Yes. Absolutely. I'm not going to deny that. But at the same time, what humans do in terms of spending from a government perspective, as far as fighting this, is nonsense. Trillions of dollars for what? It's going to stop hurricanes. It's going to stop all these things from affecting our country. Of course not. It's the way things work in terms of Mother Nature. Again, Kerry could have been president of the United States. Al Gore could have been president. AOC wants to be president, maybe. And they will spend trillions of dollars, and it won't make one bit of difference. That we do know. Meanwhile, this is great. So Johnny from the Jesse Waters Show, he's like the new Jesse, right? This guy does man on the street interviews and does a great job with it because you got to be fearless in these situations, right? And you can't argue with these people. Just ask the question and then let the answer speak for itself. Now, all of that said, here's Johnny in Chicago, the Obama Library, $850 million to build the ugliest, by far, building we have ever seen on planet Earth. And he asks people that are attending the Obama Library, and there weren't a lot out there. I mean, you see it, it's not exactly a Beatles concert back in the 1960s at Shea Stadium. He's asking these attendees, what was Barack Obama's greatest accomplishment? And here's your answer in cut number 5. Go.
Been Obama's greatest accomplishment?
Right now, it's, I can't remember. It was just a lot.
I can't think, man. Get my God. Somebody help me out.
I'm going to have to say just being there.
Being black.
Staying black. Huh?
So his greatest accomplishment was being black. Okay, first black president. That's But again, do we really grade people on the color of their skin or on their performance, content of their character? And the fact that $850 million went into this library, when you see what's going on in Chicago, when you see that this is a great city, I swear it's my favorite city. It really is, right? The Magnificent Mile, Wrigley Field, and everything that you see there, the Sears Tower, 96th floor, great restaurant/bar that overlooks the entire city and Lake Michigan, which is basically an ocean. I mean, Lake Michigan is huge. It's such a great city, and it's been destroyed. And Barack Obama could have taken that money. I don't mind a presidential library for $100 million. All right, fine. No problem. $850 million? You could have taken all that money and put it towards education for kids not to join gangs. And for everything that you see wrong in that city, I think that money could have been spent a lot better than what we are seeing there. And again, if his biggest accomplishment is being, black, well, yeah, no, that's a whole bowl of wrong. Meanwhile, George Conway, who I love busting on this show forever, this is a horrible human being. Let's make that clear. I hope he's listening. I really do. He married Kellyanne Conway, right? Accomplished as far as Kellyanne being somebody who is excellent on the air. She is prepared. She comes with facts, and you got to love the way she presents herself on the air, to the point where she was hired by Trump to be the co-chair of his campaign in 2016 and ended up coming in August when Trump was down. At least the polling said it anyway, like big time, turned that whole campaign around, won the election, ended up being a senior advisor to the president during that time. And George Conway thought that he would be along for the ride, a Republican. He wanted to be Solicitor General for Trump. And Trump said, it's not going to work. And then Conway goes nuts. And ever since then, we're talking now 9 years. We're on Twitter, X, any social media outlet. This guy, dozens of times a day, it's his only focus is taking out Trump, impeaching Trump, removing Trump, all these things. Well, he spent $6 million on his campaign to be a congressman from NY12, that district. And he got 5,000 votes, which doesn't win you that election, considering that the winner got about 40,000 votes more. Whoops. So $6 million for 5,000 votes, doing the math here, that's $1,500 per vote this freak spent on. He ended up losing. And here's cut number 8, just a little flashback on George Conway and what he was running on and what the return on investment was. Cut number 8, go.
Hi, Donald. It's me, George Conway. I cost you $88 million, and I've only just gotten started. I know you like putting your name on everything, from your plane to the Kennedy Center. Sorry about that. But the only thing your name is going to be left on when I'm done with you is the orange jumpsuit you're going to have to wear in prison. And you see that building back there? That's where we're going to hold your third and final impeachment trial. The one that's going to put you away for good. And I'm going to enjoy every minute of that. We've got a lot of serious problems in this country, including and especially the price of gas, which is hitting $6 a gallon in some places.
No, it's not.
And that's all because of you, Donald Trump. But we can't fix those problems until we impeach you and convict you. And that's why I'm running for Congress. And you are going to regret that.
Oh.
I'm George Conway, and I approve this message.
I'm sure you do, George. Well, how's that going? Let's see. $6 million of his own money spent, 5,000 votes, $1,500 per vote. Oh, by the way, price of gas, $6 a gallon? This guy just totally and completely lies. I saw today in New Jersey, at my gas station here in Wyckoff, New Jersey, $3.71 per gallon. It was over $4 a couple weeks ago. Now it's coming down big time. And obviously oil down to $70 It was well over 100 during the Iran war. This thing is done. Meanwhile, just to give you a quick breaking news story, the U.S. military has struck missile and drone sites in Iran. U.S. Central Command says the attacks were in retaliation for an Iranian drone strike on the commercial vessel in the Strait of Hormuz on Thursday. Okay, so again, Iran keeps playing games, and we will not play games. We will fire back and destroy everything that Iran thinks that it has power over, and that's just the way that's going to go, unlike other presidents in the past. Okay, before we go to break, I can't get over this. Tom Tillis, who is a senator of North Carolina, which is quite the purple state, right? It's more red than purple. Trump won it 1, 2, 3 times. And now Tillis is saying that because he's on the way out the door and hates Trump. So therefore, he's going to be like the Thomas Massie of the Senate. He will not vote for the SAVE Act, Save America Act, because it won't be implemented in time for the election. Well, okay, so just vote for it anyway. So at least by 2028, we have a fair election. So this argument makes zero sense, but we're going to play it anyway. Cut number 14, go.
What's your objection with the Save America Act?
It's quite simple. It's a math problem. We simply don't have the votes, and the Save America Act will not be implemented in time for this election. Anybody that knows anything about election law understands that, and the reason I do is I passed.
So vote for it anyway.
Speaker of the House, and if anybody thinks that you're going to implement something as expansive as the SAVE Act in 2 months, see, everybody's talking about November, right? Okay, that's 5 months away. But people will be doing some early voting. People will have to deal with registrations. Does any rational person who's ever had any experience with implementing election law really think that it's possible to have all that in place in time for this election and not be disruptive? And incidentally,
it doesn't matter.
It's an unfunded mandate that has $0 for implementation. So I would ask anybody who actually understands how to pass laws, implement them, and have them in place at the level that they need to be to ensure the integrity of elections, how absurd is it to think that could be done by November?
Who cares? I mean, I get it. In terms of the midterms, you want those to be as fair as possible, but you still vote for it. If that's your reason, Tom Tillis, it's stupid. And maybe it can be implemented before then. But if not, then at least for 2028, we have a SAVE Act, which it's very, very simple. If you want to vote in this country, you prove that you're an American citizen through real ID, through a birth certificate, through a passport, through whatever. You pass this thing, and then maybe we have fair elections where we don't have dead people voting, illegals voting. Again, when people say that, oh, well, you know, not a lot of illegals vote in this country, it's not a big problem. In districts where we have elections decided by less than 1 percentage point, and we've seen that over and over again, especially in midterms, it does matter. So vote for it. If your reason is that it won't be implemented in time, well, vote for it anyway. This isn't very hard, I would think. Anyway, this is Joe Concha. This is the Joe Concha Show. We wrap this puppy up in just a moment.
This is the Joe Concha Show, weekday edition.
Joe Concha.
Sponsored by the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. This is the Joe Concha Show, weekday edition, sponsored by the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. Here's Joe Concha.
All right, everybody. So, wrapping this puppy up, heading into what basically is like the holiday weekend, right? So we have the 26th here, 27th, 28th, and then next week, 4th of July on a Saturday, which is very cool. But overall, I think that a lot of you, I hope you are anyway, taking off, starting now, then going through next weekend, 9 days off, late June, perfect weather, all is well. All that said, let's go to Warren Buffett, all right, who probably has some nice vacations here and there, even though like every documentary you watch on Buffett, and I've seen several, this guy really, he has a lot of money, but doesn't really flaunt it or care, you know? Likes ice cream, that I do know. Obviously, the owner of many, many great companies, and everything that he has invested in has done very well. So if you had like a Buffett tracker like 50 years ago, boy, you're probably rich. Like not like Nancy Pelosi, you know, Paul Pelosi, Ro Khanna kind of tracker, but at the same time, here is Mr. Buffett on spending money. And again, I think this is just so telling in terms of if you have money, it's great, but it's not the end all be all. I'll let the soundbite speak for itself. Cut number 20, go.
I have everything I want in life, so there's nothing to spend it on. I mean, I could have 10 houses instead of one. Would I be happier? No way. You know, I could have 10 cars instead of 2 in the house. I wouldn't be happier. It would drive me crazy. I could have a 400-foot boat, and then I'd have a crew of 50 or 60, and some of them be stealing from me, and some of them be sleeping together. I mean, who knows what would be going on? So I don't. If I wanted to be a ship's captain, I'd gone into different professions. So I have everything in life I want.
Yeah. And I kind of feel the same way. So I've come into more money over the last couple of years. As far as, again, I talk about it on the show like almost joking, but it is true. I work for Fox News, and that's great in terms of being on the number one network in the country. And when I go on the air, and the fact that people stop me, like in airports and stores and everywhere. Oh, I saw you last night. And more people actually, which is such a thrill. You have no idea. More than the TV stuff, because I get that I'm on a number one TV network. But more people are stopping me and saying, I listened to your show last night on WABC or whatever station. I'm like, wow, really? Like, that really thrills me that we're really growing this show. And I think we're having a lot of fun. And at the same time, talking about serious issues and topics. But in the end, Buffett's right, where we have, I have a situation where I drive a 2021 used Honda, right? And it's fine because I don't really care about what I drive. And I have a decent house. It's 2,200 square feet in New Jersey. It's probably the smallest on my block, but I really don't care because my kids are happy. I think my wife's happy. In the end, I think you can make a ton of money, but I don't think that buys happiness necessarily. Now, all of that said, I do want the boat. I want the boat. I just want it's like a bow rider, it's called, a Sea Ray. Seats like 10, 12 people. I don't need to sleep on the thing or anything like that. But man, you give me a boat and you call it either Off the Hook, get it, right? Like fishing, or Liquid Courage. I think that would be very, very cool. So I want one of those one day, but I'm fine without it. I think many of you are out there as well are like, you know what? I make good money. I have a good job, and all is well. All right, let's leave it on this note. John Bolton pleaded guilty today to mishandling classified information. And this is the best part. He went on MS Now or MSNBC at the time and CNN, and boy, went off on President Trump for doing what he did. And now he pleaded guilty and he'll probably go to jail. So, bye-bye, John Bolton. But let's do this flashback and cut number 13, go.
Then he has committed very serious crimes. This is a devastating indictment. I speak here as an alumnus of the Justice Department myself, because not only is it powerful, it's very narrowly tailored. They didn't throw everything up against the wall to see what would stick. This really is a rifle shot, and I think it should be the end of Donald Trump's political career.
Oh, yeah. How'd that work out? Trump is president and Bolton probably going to jail, or at least, let's put it this way, guilty, and then some sort of ankle thing on him to make sure he doesn't go anywhere. All right. Anyway, let's go to the weekend, shall we? It is 10 p.m. almost Eastern time on a Friday night going into June/July 4th. This is the Joe Concha Show. We're back on Sunday, 11 a.m. Eastern time on WABC, on stations around the country, around the world. Until then, I got 2 words for you. Bye-bye.